Can I can I be heard now? Hey, Shalom. Can I be heard? Can I be heard loud and clear? Anybody? All right, all right. Y'all already know I ain't gonna get into that. But anyway, I do want to say first and foremost, before we start this off, we got to give all praises and all honor and all glory to Yahweh and Yahweh only, forever and ever, by saying Kal Yada, Wakabawad, Wahawa, La Yahawah, Wa Yahawah Akkad, Alam Wa Alam. All right, so before I start this off, right, I want to do a little ranting before I get started, right? And what I wanted to rant about before I get started, I got to bring some scripture stuff, but something's been going on in Yashua. And what's been going on is obviously is there's been a lot of misunderstanding with what is casting lots. And shout out to my wife because Naya Yashua, she made a powerful video about divination and these new age Israelites, right? And I want to get into a little more aspect about lots and what is casting lots. It's too much going on. I'm gonna do me a little 4 or 5 minute rant before I start this off. I want to give everybody time to come in, and be able to, so I ain't gotta backtrack and stuff and hear people ask questions and stuff like that already been answered or whatever. Because I know it might be a lot of people that's going to disagree with this, but you can't disagree with what Yahweh has, right? As and what I mean by that is our people like to play games with the pagans and their little rituals and then try to put it on us. There's no such thing as the book of Psalms being a book of magic, okay? That does not exist. And can I get a one? Can I get a one or something if I could be heard real fast? Uh, so anyway, there's no such thing as a book of songs being magic. It's songs, okay? There's no such thing as our ancient ancestors did divination. There's no such thing. But what I've learned is our people love to do, they love to mix what the heathens say instead of going to the Torah and to the language, so to speak. And when that happens, a lot of people, what they do is they try to hide the fact that they try to hide the fact that what they're trying to do is create a excuse and a reason why they can go and do these rituals, these practices, this quote unquote ancient stuff. But remember, like I said before, just because it's ancient does not mean that it's ours. All right. Now, like I said, I'm gonna do me a little more reading before I get into this, right? And also, let me read some of these comments. Hey, Shalom X, Shalom, Shalom, blessings to you. And just like Anaya said, it's a book of songs, man. It's a book of songs. Hey, Anaya, if you get a chance, put your channel in the thing for me. Shout out to my wife. I kind of, I ain't gonna lie to you. I try to be a type of person where I can find the right type of congregation, okay, to try to build with, you know what I'm saying, and try to gain the knowledge of Yahweh, you know what I mean? And the not and that knowledge is his statutes, his commandments, you know what I mean? The book of Yahweh. Nothing else. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give us anything else. You know what I mean? Not for this, not at this point. And what's going on in this nation is we're going to the root of the same exact reason why we're in captivity. And that's witchcraft. It's divination. So much forth to where we use the word casting lots for divination, and as if it had some esoteric meaning behind casting lots. But what we gonna do today, right? We gonna smash an idol, right? And this idol we gonna smash is still gonna be pagan practices. Okay, but we're gonna do this in a way so we're gonna go through the language a little bit. We're gonna go look up words like casting lots, so we can get a clear understanding that that was something that our ancestors did to find the decision that Yahweh wanted us to make. And that was something that was done. It's been done through through the ancient times. Okay. It said, even in the truth, I had to unsub to a YouTube a few months ago because the brother said Yahshua did witchcraft and it was lawful. He's Yah only too. It hurt my heart and I had to do it. I had to unsub. Yeah, I know. I know, man. And I've seen this multiple times. I really do. So how I'm gonna do this is we're our family. So the family members know family members, cousins know cousins, they know the actions of it. So I'm not going to put any names in here because I want this message to be received in a way where it's not, because I want to believe that our people that are doing this are just ignorant to that fact and have been tricked by other people into thinking that, you know, casting lots is divination when it's not. Okay. And I want people to get a clear understanding that when you listen to people saying things that are not in the scriptures, then we have a problem. All right. So let's take a look at something real fast. We're gonna go straight to the book of Jonah. Give me a second. Let me shut my screen. So yeah, is casting lots divination? Right. Let me move this over a little bit, and we're good. All right. Let's start this off with Jonah 1. Right. All right. And now we know this story. Jonah, he goes, well, Yahweh tells him to go warn the people of Nineveh, but he doesn't want to do it. So he winds up in a boat, right? So we're going to start at verse 7. And it says, and they said to one another, come, let us cast lots that we may know on whose account this evil has come upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. All right. Let's keep it moving real fast. Then they said to him, tell us on whose account this evil has come upon us. What is your occupation and where do you come from? What is your country and what people are you from? Or what people are you? And he said, I am a Hebrew and I fear Yahweh, the Allah Shal Yasha'al, Shal Shamayam, or the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. All right. So that's who Yahweh is. We know that. So we also know that he does not deal with rituals and incantations and consulting forbidden entities. You know what I'm saying? He strictly condemns and forbids those things. And we have a nation of other people with an Israelite, right? Jonah. He's on this boat, and there's a tempest, right? And this tempest is happening because this man, Jonah, has disobeyed the Most High. All right. So now it says, come, let us cast lots. Now, right there, a person, I know a few people that would automatically right there be like, hey, you see that? They cast lots. So you're going to tell me that they didn't allow it, that Yahweh don't allow divination? All right. Okay. So before we go into what the word lot means, matter of fact, no, ain't no before. Let's go into the word lot. Okay. Which is Strong's 1486. Okay. Go raw. Go raw. All right. So it says, what is a garal or a lot? Now, according to our people, right? Now, according to our people, what a lot is, it has something to do with magic and rich, all this other stuff, right? And voodoo, righteous magic, right? That's what they call it. They call it righteous magic these days. All right. So let's look what the word garal means. It says a lot, right? A lot. Pebbles used for systematically making decisions. For systematically making decisions. This is the first portion of a lot. So we go back to Jonah chapter 1, verse 7. And it says, come, let us cast lots. Think about this. So what we're dealing with here is these brothers, whoever they were, they had some pebbles or some sticks or something, right? And they wanted to draw them out. Okay. Matter of fact, see the reason why we have a problem with the words, the two words, right? Because they're two words that's not for the same. They're not. It's cast lots. There's a lot, and then there's casting. There's casting, which is the word napal, right? Which means to fall. Cast is not an actual word in our language. The word is napal, and it means to fall upon. We're gonna get there anyway, right? So I wanted to go to the word lot, okay, in English. And the reason why I want to do this, I hope everybody can see this, right? I want to do this because when I'm done, I want people to understand that this casting lots, it is not associated with the same thing as these paganism things that such as divination and magic, voodoo, right? And it's sanctioned by the Most High. All right, so it says anything, straws or pebbles taken or chosen at random. So these brothers who was in this boat with Jonah, right? They took garal or lots, anything, something. It was something, right? And they chose. Everybody picked a lot. picked a lot. It was anything, straws or pebbles. So let's go down. Let's do some reading to the word lot. So we don't have no reasoning why people would say you jump the place, you're trying to fix it up, you're trying to make a doctrine. I can't make a doctrine out of common sense of people trying to mistaken our ancestors doing witchcraft or voodoo or magic and divination with the words Nepal Gora, which is what y'all say casting lots, right? They're not the same thing. And we're going to find this out. So anyway, it says your overall circumstances or condition in life, including what everything that happens to you, that's your lot, right? So let's keep it going. We also see money, a lot of money. So what we're dealing with is anything in the number of more than one or a large amount of something is a lot. Okay. Now it says also a parcel of land, and we're going to get through all of this, okay, to show you that our ancestors wasn't out there doing no magic and no witchcraft, no voodoo. Only Hamites have those thoughts. But the thing is, one thing I do understand is our people love going back to what Ham does. You understand that, right? Ham, Egypt, the same people. We love going back to their ancient roots instead of ours, right? All right. So let's keep moving. All right. Where was I at? So now let's go to Proverbs chapter 18. And we're going to take a look a little more definition and a more meaning behind the word lots. Or as a lot of our brothers and sisters tend to seem casting lots, right? All right, whatever. So Proverbs chapter 18. Verse 18. Now it says, now first let's start at 17. Now listen, okay? Just listen. The one who states his case first seems right until the other comes and examines it. Verse 18. The lot puts an end to quarrels and decides between powerful contenders. The lot. No, let's go into our so-called language. The lot, right? It's the same lot, but we still got to go into this type of stuff because our people do not desire to live according to our actual what we used to do. They want to do the opposite. It always is like this. It's always been like this. Proverbs 18 and 18 says the lot, okay, puts an end to quarrels. So when we looked at Jonah 1, right, and 7, was that not a quarrel or strife, contention? It don't say that they went, like, even when we go into like the priest and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And when they cast lots, we're gonna get there too. there was nothing else more. It wasn't no, oh, where they lit a candle and they read a tea leaf and they got some tarot cards and they read the book of magic, and they didn't do none of that. Actually, well, no. Let me take that back. They did a lot of they did, and that's the reason why we in the predicament that we in now. And also, not think about it. If these casting lot things, right, is so real, and our people envy the brethren out like in Haiti, right? They envy him. Oh, to Tucson, he edition, they would have won, and but they did the voodoo. And all right, if they were casting lots, like you claim is magic, what happened, bro? Huh? What happened? Are you? Oh, okay. Their voodoo. Go look and see where their voodoo is taking Haiti right now. But according to the language that we are supposed to be abiding by, and according to the manuscripts and Torah that we're supposed to be abiding by, casting lots is something to humbly discern Yahweh's specific decision, not to gain illicit knowledge or control events. You run around here doing rituals, incantations, consulting forbidden entities. It's all spiritual deception, bro. And how you can tell the casting of a lot is from the Most High, because it's a clear, direct, and specific matter that's going on. And a lot of times, matter of fact, let's get into this real fast so we can show, maybe we can clear up the confusion between these two, okay? All right. Now, this was something that, one thing I have noticed is you people that love ChatGPT, you love going to these AIs, asking them questions like they're Yahweh or Yah, right? Oh, is casting lots divination? Huh. All right, so I guess mine is different, right? Because I got this from Gemini, right? I don't do what a lot of people do. I just ask it straight up for it. I don't try to find a way to ask it so it can formulate a certain answer for me. Just ask it simple: is what's the difference between casting lots and divination, bro? Right. And it says this: the more you understand the nuances, the clearer it becomes that these are fundamentally different in their biblical understanding. Wait a minute. Let me make sure y'all can read this. Let me bow down real fast. Oops. Let me bow down real fast. Let me get up out of here. All right. We down a little low now. Let me get this a little kick. All right. Hopefully we can see that. It says, the more you understand the nuances, the clearer becomes that these are fundamentally different in their biblical understanding. Why casting lots is in magic. When someone tries, oh yeah, and I just want to make a disclaimer. Y'all might see words like God, and you might even see the term or whatever, Yahweh. I don't do what a lot of people do. They try to go back and fix the information and make little words different. Not when it comes to dire information like this. I'm just gonna give it to you straightforward. So excuse me for any, things in there. I did not write this. Okay. Okay. It says, why casting lots is not magic. Are you listening? Why casting lots isn't magic? When someone tries to equate casting lots with magic or divination, they often misunderstand the core intention and theological framework behind it in the Bible. No, manipulation of the divine. Magic, by its very nature, attempts to manipulate spiritual forces or deities to achieve a desired outcome. So let me stop. While you in your dark room and you lighting sage and you got your tarot cards and you got the manure, and we gotta do what our ancestors did, and ancestors are our ancestors. Our ancestors did this. Bruh, stop it. Your ancestors, once again, are the reason why we here. It says, by its very attempt to manipulate spiritual forces or deities to achieve a desired outcome. It assumes a power that can be harnessed by human rituals or incantation. So y'all around here trying to get chicken bones. You going to Etsy to the Hebrew Israelite part section, getting the myrrh incense. Yeah, okay. You got your what is that? Get closer to the gods music on. You doing your thing. But all that stuff is just harnessed by human rituals and incantations, bro. Now I say casting lots as practiced by Israelites, right? Casting lots. Let's get into this. Let's find out what Israelites did when they were casting lots and what was it for, bro? Okay, sheesh. Casting lots as practiced by the Israelites was the exact opposite. Oh, wow. It was the exact opposite of what? Magic? Divination? Okay. It was an acknowledgement of God or Yahawah's absolute sovereignty. I see a lot of scripture scholars would have like, why didn't he just go to Proverbs 16 and 33? I didn't, because they already gave it to me here. No need to. It says the lot is cast into the left, but its every decision is from Yahawah. Yah, right? It's every decision. So how do you cast lots? What is cast? Let's finish. Let's read a little more of this, and then we're gonna get back to these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? All right. It says here, it wasn't about forcing Yahawah's hand, but about submitting to his decision, believing he would provisionally guide the seemingly random outcome. So when you cast lots, it's for a random outcome. It's because at this moment, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know which way to go. You don't know which decision, who has done what. But once again, that's not something that we should be trying to do profusely today. You know, like the game rock, paper, scissors, right? That game is like, it's a game of lot. You know what I mean? Or who gonna clean out the bathroom today? All right, rock, paper, scissors for best 2 out of 3. You know what I mean? Now, the thing is, the intent behind it, when our ancestors did it, and when people did it, it was for unsurety of what they should do. It didn't have anything with occultic rituals, and I'm gonna call the angels, and I'm gonna call my ancestors and all of that. They didn't have to. It was literally, okay, in this situation right here, we need to make a decision, and no man can actually make. We need to know what we need to do. Let's go and put some pebbles, or let's go get some sticks, and let's go take the pebbles, different color pebbles, different kind of shape, and let's 6 of them, and make different decisions. And the first one to fall out from whoever's hand is the decision that's supposed to be made. It wasn't no, oh, you know what I'm saying? We call you, oh, it wasn't none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was specifically believing that Yahweh would guide the seemingly random outcome. Listen, no seeking of forbidden knowledge. I know a YouTuber that'll tell you, oh, a king searches out the matter, this and this, and seek knowledge, and then they tell you that then you going through 79 trillion books after that. Because you got to go and seek something. You got to go and seek forbidden knowledge. You got to go and seek something that the Catholic Church told you not to read. Nigga, you never been to the Catholic Church. What are you talking about? Bruh. Never mind. Never mind. I don't. Never mind.
Stop it. Get some help.
I said I wasn't even gonna be like that because I don't want to know. I just want this to go out in a point where people can understand. If y'all think y'all doing this is retarded, right? Y'all think y'all doing divination. Well, you're doing divination, and you're around here asking people is casting lots divination. They stupid too, so they telling you yeah, and they have no clue what's going on. Because Esau, your quote unquote Catholic Church, told you casting lots was divination. So you go and put divination, which is occultic and pagan practices, which literally specifically you gotta go to the other books to do that. And never mind. Anyway, it say no seeking of forbidden knowledge. Divination often aims to uncover secrets, predict specific future events, especially for personal gain or power. Right. Now, I'm gonna get back into this, right? I am gonna get back into this, but I want y'all to understand something. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 14. We're gonna start at 40, right? Because this shouldn't be a thing in Yahshua. And I want to make a disclaimer to anybody that does not just follow the Most High. I want to make a disclaimer to you. Torah keeping people, okay? And I'm going to hang on the limb. I'm going to hang on this limb, okay? Excuse me, all of my people that are, y'all know, I know what's up. YAHAWAH'S, okay? But I'm going to go on this very limb just for a little bit. And I'm going to say Torah keeping Israelites that call on the name of Yah, Yahuwah, Yahweh, 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 and whatever names people like to claim to go out there considering that is the God of Israel. I want to make the disclaimer to all of you idolaters and anyone else that have a problem with people that follow the Most High only. True Torah keeping people that follow the Most High only do not indulge in voodoo, righteous magic, dark magic, black magic, pink magic, divination. We don't do any of all of those things are abominable to our power. Okay, we do not do those things. We do not incant magic. We don't pray to ancestors. We don't do what our ancestors did, because we read the scriptures and we see our ancestors did things that got us into captivity. They did not serve Yahweh, their power. They feared Yahweh and served after the other gods of the nations, like they do to this day. So I want to make that disclaimer for anyone who has a problem and wants to go and find some Torah, quote unquote, Torah people that go against the idol Jesus, YAHAWAH'S, whatever. They may go against him, but true Torah keepers keep the book of Yahweh and that alone. They do not do divination. Okay. We don't do that. There's no manipulation, no manipulative, forbidden resemblance of no pagan practices over here. Okay, I just want to make that disclaimer. And the reason, I mean, it's sad that we have to make that disclaimer, but we do, because now you people, let me talk real fast. You people, well, he been talking. You people, once again, that claim that you keeping the Torah, you making us look like a bunch of fools. Don't you understand? Once you drop that idol and you go against it, I literally watched a Christian start to consider coming to the Torah, and then as soon as he considered, here come magic, here come dark magic. Ain't seen him, little brother. Ain't seen. Like, last time I seen him, he was back on a Christian channel. That's a bad look, man. Furthermore, you want to know what happens to people when they decide, hey, I'm going to drop the idol, and then I'm going to tell people how to do stuff. I'm going to keep on without shutting your ass, without being quiet, sitting back, studying a little bit. You go on to try to find something to conceal, to paste over and kind of lick your wound with the idol being fake. You got to have something. Your imagination, your mind just can't fathom it just being the Most High, and he is your lot and your portion, right? Anyway, 1 Samuel chapter 14, we're going to start at verse 40. Then said he unto all Yasharal, be on. Okay, wait a minute. Let me give backstory, because a lot of people won't read. But this is the story of when Jonathan messed around and had ate some honey, and Saul had made a decree nobody should do it. Nobody should eat anything, and if they do, they're gonna die, right? So now they're in front of the congregation. Boom. This I'm only going to scriptures where a lot of you people like to try to go to, well, what happened in Nahum? What happened in here? What about Joshua? What? Okay, we're gonna answer your questions. Verse 40. Then said he unto all Yasharal, be ye on one side. Let me go. I don't like this version. ESV. Fast. All right. Salak, y'all. All right. All right, verse 40. It says, then he said to all Yasharal, you shall be on one side, and I, Jonathan, my son, will be on the other side. And the people said to Saul, do what seems good to you. Therefore Saul said, O Yahawah Elohim of Yasharal, Why have you not answered your servant this day? If this guilt is in me or in Jonathan, my son, O Yahweh Allah shall Yasha'al give Aaron. But if this guilt is in your people, Yasharal, give them. And Jonathan and Saul were taken. I just want to stop real fast, right? I want to stop because we see these words, Aram and Thuram. We see these words, and then people try to make this thing like they were special magic stones that gave the voice and all of this weird esoterical stuff. All right. But what people need to realize is no one actually knows how they look, but I'm gonna show some. We're gonna go into this and show you that Urim and Thummim is nothing more but more like a yes and a no stone. It's a yes and a no lot. That's what it is. That the priest, once again, priest. Talk about the priest that we don't have right now. Hint, hint. Okay, had. If you a priest, where's the Urim and the Thummim? Give it to us. Give us and tell us what do we do with this. I'm not no priest, but I'm gonna try to help us out here. Okay. All right. Let's go down here a little bit to. All right. The Urim and Thummim, okay, were mysterious objects mentioned in the Old Testament, primarily associated with the high priest of Yasharal. Once again, I understand y'all think y'all the big dog. I understand you think, you know what I'm saying, you are the HNIC. I get it. I feel you. You feel me? I feel you. But you're not no priest. We don't have any, okay? None of us. None. Old Testament, New Testament, I don't care who y'all are. You're not a priest. That's just it, period. But anyway, they were used as a means of discerning Yahweh's will or obtaining divine guidance. Do it say, obtaining divination? No. Divine guidance. Who is the divine guidance? Yahweh. Particularly in matters of national importance or when a direct yes or no answer from Yahweh was sought, how they function. So let's go. Let's wait for we talk about this highest function. You can see what this says, right? This is a lot right here. It's strictly for yes and no decisions, or strictly for if you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that. Where we got two decisions, whether is it this one or is it that one? Whichever one falls, whichever one lights up, whatever it would do, that's the one that we go with. One is for perfection, one is for knowledge, so to speak. Right? Okay. The exact mechanism is also not explicitly detailed facts. However, it's understood that when the high priest inquired to Yahweh using the Urim and Thummim, Yahweh would provide a clear answer, often in a yes or no format. This was considered a direct oracle from Yahweh. Okay, now we're reading 1 Samuel, but we're reading, and it don't matter, but I'm at 14. Okay, so we know what was going on. But if he says right here, let's back this up. If this guilt is in me or in Jonathan, my son, O Yahweh, power of Yasharal, give what? Urim. So he's saying, okay, so think about this. Y'all come on, bro. Stop playing. He has Urim right here. And he says, Yahweh, if it's my fault, or my son part, let the Urim fall, or let the Urim light up. No, 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 no. Let it fall. We're gonna catch this out. Okay. But if the guilt is in the people of Yasharal, then give Thumma. And Jonathan and Saul were taken, but the people escaped. Okay, so what lit up or what fell? What lot? Right? Come on. What lot was given? Okay, let's go down to verse 42. It says, then Saul said, cast the lot between me and my son, and Jonathan was taken. Cast the lot. Let's go to the word cast. Oh, so they wasn't up. So they wasn't doing magic. They wasn't doing divination. Right there, it say they casted lots. They said, okay, what is the word cast? What did the Thummim do? I mean, what did the Urim do? The Urim on the lot. Bruh. What was the lot? It was either Jonathan and Saul, that was the first lot, and the second lot is the people. The Urim and the Thummim, which is the mediator, so to speak, between this decision, which nobody knows, because Jonathan hasn't said anything, or nobody want this to happen to him, or whatever the reason. Okay. It was shown, it fell on Jonathan and Saul. And then let's keep going real fast. So the word Nepal, which means to fall down, cast down, fall away, divide, not divination, divide, D-I-B-I-D-E, overthrow, present, lay, rot, accept, lie down, inferior, lighted. Okay. Nowhere there does that say anything. They incanted some spirits. They did a chant. They had a mantra. None of that. It was just two Urim and Thummim, which was only used for the upper echelon people of Yasharal, for them to make a decision where they did not know and they needed Yahawah's guidance at that moment. You get it? They were not doing no dang magic, bro. I'm trying to keep my cool. This is nuts. This is crazy. So, do we got a clear understanding on that? Or maybe I got to go into the word cast as well in English. Hold on. The word cast. No, look, Ak, what did it say? Cast a spell. Cast a spell. Ak, you see that? I told you we are witches and warlocks. Well, we're righteous witches and warlocks. Our ancestors did divination. We the righteous wicked niggas. This is retarded, bro. Cast. Let's go into this. The act of throwing dice. Right? Listen, this is the one I wanted y'all to see. What does this say? The word cast, to choose at random. And what is the example? Cast lots, man. You get it? It means a choice that is made at random, but you only can do that through Yahweh. Now watch, one of y'all gonna take this and be like, oh, well, he said we should go around casting lots. You're a liar. This got to be cleared up for you people that swear that our people are out here doing something that other people do. You know what I mean? So let's go back. Not back. My bad, y'all. But this word Nepal, Garal, the lot fail, the portion. Let's go into the, because I don't want y'all to mistake anything that I'm saying here and try to find a way around it, which a lot of people love to do. Let's go to this word lots real fast. I know it's right here, but right here, even right here, well, that's a language thing. I'll get into that one day with y'all. Awesome, right? But let's go back into this word garal, which is lots, right? Okay. It says, let's look down more into some, says a lot, portion, thing assigned by casting lots. So a lot or a portion is something that is designated by the one. So basically it's a decision with this. Well, if this happens, let this over here. If this happened, let this over here. Or if let's put our hand in this, what's the name, and whoever name comes out of the hat is the winner. That's casting a lot. It's a random decision. I mean, not like I should have to go through this and tell this to people, right? But of course we do. But it's telling you that a lot is a portion. Matter of fact, I got some. Let's go to Joshua 14 and let's give more an example of what that means when it says a portion, right? All right. It says we're gonna let's see. I'm gonna start at, well, I'm gonna start at 1. We're going 1 through 5. I mean, we could do 3 through 5, but it's cool. But it says, I'm just gonna do 3 through 5, right? No. I'm gonna start at 1. These are the inheritance. These are the inheritances that the people of Yasharah received in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the people of Yasharah gave them to inherit. Wait, let's look up the word inherit, because the reason why I'm going through this much of a length to show you guys that a lot is a portion, right? It is Nahala actually, but inheritance is the same thing right here, right? Strong's 51:57, right? Let's pull this up real fast. All right. Nahal. Let's see if I can. All right. It means inherit, inheritance, possess, divide, right? Just like a lot is, right? Oh, right? Possession, Now, here we go. It says to divide the land for a possession. Now we finna get into this real fast. Remember to divide the land, right? All right. So we had Joshua 14. Computer moving a little slow, but we're gonna work with it. And we're at the end of 1. I just wanted to give y'all what inherit means so we can see how all this is about to show you that even in this situation in Joshua 14, no, our ancestors was not that means la'ah, or for the modern people, modern Hebrew people, lo, right? No, they was not doing no witchcraft, divination, righteous magic, voodoo, but the book of they none of that. All right, verse 2, their inheritance, their nahala, right, was by what? Their garal, by their lot. Okay, just as Yahweh had commanded by the hand of Moses for the 9 1/2 tribes. Wait. Now I'm gonna keep going. For Moses had given an inheritance to the 2 1/2 tribes beyond the Jordan, but to the Levites he gave no inheritance among. For the people of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and no portion, no portion was given to the Levites. Let's see what portion means. Because these words are the key words that we need to be looking for to see, is there any witchcraft or is there anything going on? Halak, a portion, right? Halak Yahweh. Halak Yahweh. Yahweh's portion, right? It says a portion or a part, an inheritance, flattering and flattery, partaker. I just wanted to get this definition. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay, portion. And it had no inheritance, right? No portion was given to the Levites in the land, but only cities to dwell in with their pastureless for the livestock and their subsistence. All right, let's keep it going. The people of Yasharah did as Yahweh commanded Moses. They allotted the land. So they divided the land, allotted, right? Divide. So now, this is where we finna ask, because I heard somebody else ask me, or not me, but I heard somebody bring up Joshua 14. They said, was he casting lots? Yes, Joshua them did cast lots. Yes, in Joshua 14, they did cast lots. So what? Now we have the definition of casting lots, right? And how it has no significance at all whatsoever. No, not even a bit of relationship to or relative of the word or actions of divination or spiritual incantness, magic, any of that, right? So now that we see that in Joshua 14, there's no magic and stuff going on, we need to go back to where they just reference this situation as well. That should have been that Yahweh had commanded, because it says their inheritance was by lot, just as Yahweh had commanded. So we know that Yahweh does not deal with divination, magic, sorcery, any of that crap, right? We know this, right? So it says the inheritance was by lot, right? Just as Yahweh had commanded Moses. So let's go to Numbers 34. And we're gonna read a little bit. And y'all didn't come here to hear nobody read, but I'm sorry, bro. When you hear on Yahweh's portion, when you listen to your brother, his will is real, when you tuning in with Hanan, bro, all you gonna hear is Yahweh, and we're trying to bring some type of understanding of the scriptures. And in order for us to do that, we got to read. All right. All right. So it says, we're going to be reading 1 through 13 on here. So just bear with me, bro. All right. And as y'all see, I've been kind of working on my reading. Not to say I can't read, but whatever, y'all, whatever. Yahweh spoke, Numbers 34, starting at 1. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, command the people of Yasharal and say to them, when you enter the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall to you for an inheritance. For what? Nahal or Nahala, right? An inheritance. The land of Canaan had as defined by its borders. Your south side shall be from the wilderness of Zin alongside Edom, and your southern border shall run from the end of the Salt Sea on the east, and your border shall turn south on the ascent of Acharib. Only the reason why I'm reading all this, because this is the dividing of the land, right? That was that. Okay. All right. But once again, hold on, wait a minute. Let me see something real fast. Let me go to this KJV because think I think it was something here that was interesting. High school, no biggie. If I think about it, I click on it. I don't know. All right. So anyway, it says where's that? Verse 4. And your border shall turn south of the ascent of Akrabim and cross to Zin, and its limit shall be south of Kadesh Barnea. Then it shall go to Hazar Adar and pass along the Asmon, and the border shall turn from Asmon to the brook of Egypt, and its limit shall be at the sea for the wet band. So, man, all of this land and stuff. You mean to tell me we was doing we was casting that many lots? We was doing that much magic, Ron. That much divination. That's a lot of divination with a lot of people with a lot of land, bro. Let's make this make sense, man. Or we could just stop trying to push a narrative. Or if we did this by accident with a lack of understanding, just switch it up, bro. It ain't that big of a deal. But anyway, it says verse 6, for the western border you shall have the great sea and its coast. This shall be your western border. This shall be your northern border. From the great sea you shall draw a line to Mount Hor, and Mount Hor you shall draw a line to Lebo Hamath, and the limit of the border shall be Zadad. Then the border shall extend to Zephron, and its limit shall be at Hazar Enan. This shall be your northern border. You shall draw a line. Listen, you shall draw a line. I want y'all to listen to this, okay? Remember this. Remember this. No, Numbers 34 and 10. You shall draw a line for your eastern border from Hazar Enan to Shaphan. Remember, you shall draw a line, all right? And the border shall go down from Shaphan and Riblah on the east side of Ain, and the border shall go down to reach the shoulder of the Sea of Chinnerith on the east. And the border shall go down to the Jordan, and its limit shall be at the Salt Sea. This shall be your land as divided by its borders all around. Now, listen. Moses commanded the people of Yahshua, saying, this is the land that you shall inherit by lot. Inherit Nahal by what? Garal. Lot, which is what? A possession. Let's go back to this so we can find the other meaning for the word garad, garad, right? So next time you hear somebody saying, "Oh, we was casting lots," yeah, is it divination? No, no, we don't deal with that crap, right? Let's see, right here, portion, right? A portion. It's a portion. This is it. A lot is a portion, bro. No need to get all worked up about if you can. Okay, so when we go back to that numbers, right? I mean, this Joshua, when we went up there to Joshua, right? And y'all claimed that in Joshua, you know, he was doing witchcraft or whatever, magic, and the lots that we were casting, it was all to divination and stuff. It's sad to say it that that's not true. You know what I mean? And in the book of Joshua, chapter 14, verse 2, by the hands of Moses for the 9 1/2 tribes, all of this, that their inheritance was by lot. Their inheritance was by lot, right? And what did they do in verse 13 of Numbers 34? Moses commanded the people and said that this is the land that you shall inherit by lot. So go and pick. Y'all go get some lot stuff, you know, whether you want to shake your hat up, get a hat shook, or get some stones, get some twigs off the ground, whatever y'all gonna do, and y'all start sorting out how much land y'all gonna get. Hey, so right here in Numbers, it show you that Yahweh had commanded them Moses to let them already know anyway. Then Joshua and just made sure it was executed, bro. You know what I mean? That's really it. Now, I do want to go just a little more further, right? Because see, Yahweh and his methods are Quadash, right? Holy or pure, right? And everything that we do is supposed to be for his glory. Hawad, right? And magic and divination, bro, is just rooted in rebellion. It's rooted in some, you know what? There was a comment that I haven't, and I apologize. I haven't read none of the comments, y'all. I've been zoned out. I apologize, but I did see a comment by Anaya earlier, and she said, I think said something about self-idolatry, bro, right? And when you get into this magic and this divination, you can claim that you're for Yahweh or Yah, the mighty one of Jacob, right? You can say that, but honestly, when you're doing that stuff, it's all for your own benefit. Yahweh doesn't get any glory out of someone going in the dark and you know what I'm saying, getting some tarot cards and reading the book of the dead or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He don't get no glory, but actually it's one thing I told y'all, it's for bedding. You know what I mean? And then, you know, this thing that I hear going on with, you know, people trying to make it seem like, yes, I understand that. Hold on, wait a minute. I know what I want to go to before I go anywhere. Let me go to. I want to go to Psalm 16, right? Because it seems to me everybody loves Psalm 16, especially when we get to talk about, oh, uh, I'm not gonna drink their blood offerings and all that, right? All right. So it seems to me like some people think like there's two different gods, in the Tanakh, Genesis and Malachi. They think it's two different gods, right? I don't understand how. And I guess one God is for blood, and one is say he don't want it. When we specifically know and we see for certain events, certain things Yahweh has in place. Right? Now, this says Psalm 16, and I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, the sorrows of those who run after another God shall multiply. Their drink offerings of blood will I not pour out or take their names on my lips. Yahweh is my chosen portion and my cup. You hold my lot. You hear this, right? My lot. So what? So Yahweh is what? Come on, don't tell me. So if you're casting a lot, if you're casting lots, see, the thing is, our people for some reason thought lots was something different, and that's just an honest mistake. When you look into the Hebraic word for the word lot, right? This says Yahweh is the portion or manah, right? Of my what? Of my inheritance, my nahalak, right? And my cup. You support my what? You support my what? Tamak garal. You see that? He is your portion. He is your retribution, your recompense. Yahweh. Not something that you cast on people. That's Christianity. I cast you out in the name of JC. You fall on me in the name of an idol? You cast Nepal cast, right? You cast. You gonna cast what? You're casting what? But anyway, I mean, anyway, off of that. But like I said, right? Let's go back up here. Yahweh is my chosen portion and my cup. You hold my lot. Now, once again, a lot of people like to go to this and trying to say that, well, that meant that Yahweh don't do sacrifices. He don't do burnt offerings. He don't do none of that stuff when it comes to animals. There's two different gods. There's a bloodthirsty one and the one that don't like blood. All right. So we're gonna deal with two, we're gonna hit two things with one stone. We're gonna kill two birds with one stone, right? Not that I'm bloodthirsty or anything, okay? But we're gonna deal with verse 6 and verse 5, right? I mean, verse 6 and verse 4. Verse 6, verse 5, verse 4, 5, and 6. Skip it. We're gonna deal with it all, right? The sorrows of those who run after another God shall multiply. Their drink offerings of blood will I not pour out or take their name on my lips. Right? Now I understand y'all think because y'all dropped the idol that y'all only all of a sudden. I understand because you don't want to be a part of serving man and being in idolatry. You want to serve the Almighty Yahweh. So you will not put their names on your lips. Tawab. Good job. Good. And I see you. It's good. You broke the code. The drink offerings, communion, we won't pour out nor anything else. Okay, that's cool and all. And a lot of y'all might say, well, the reason why we love this so much because it also killed all of that Yahweh in animal sacrifices. There's two different gods. One God is wicked that wants blood, and the other is righteous that wants no blood. All right. So let's go to Leviticus 16, man. And when we go to this Leviticus 16, honestly, when we're done with this, bro, I don't want to hear anything about how there's two different gods in the Bible. Well, in the Old Testament, I don't want to hear anything about one going this way, the one going that way. Especially if we see one goat go this way and we see another goat in the scripture go this way at the same time, y'all gonna have to stop it, bro. All right. So let's go to Leviticus chapter 16. We're gonna start at verse 5. All right, and it reads, and he shall take from the congregation of the people of Yasharal 2 male goats, right? 2 male goats. Listen, two, right? 2 male goats. It's not one there, it's 2, right? For a sin offering and 1 ram for a burnt offering. And there's a ram there, right? All right. Ram for the priest. Okay. 1 goat is for the atonement of the sins of Yasharal, and another goat, we'll get into it. Verse 6, Aaron shall offer the bull as a sin offering for himself, and shall make atonement for himself and for his house. Then he shall take the 2 goats, the what? 2 goats, and set them before Yahweh at the entrance of the tent of meeting. Where are those 2 goats at? At the tent of meeting. So, and the reason why I'm explaining this like this, because I don't want you people to have this notion like it's a bunch of animals getting slaughtered everywhere. It's a bunch of animals getting slaughtered. Somebody call the animal control. Rescue animal mission. Right? All right. Verse 8, and Aaron shall cast lots over the 2 goats. He gonna what? He gonna cast lots. He gonna see what decision is supposed to be made. So we know that this is a priest right here, right? We do understand that this is a priest. So at this moment, they got the Urim and the Thummim, right? So this decision is strictly, we know for a fact, this one right here, this lot is going to Yahweh. Ain't no strange fires right here, bro. All right. So we say, and Aaron shall cast lots over 2 goats. Listen, it's 2 goats. One for Yahweh and the other lot for Azazel. Oh, man. 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 It's Azazel, the fallen angel, bruh. Damn, bruh. Did you see that, bruh? It's Azazel, and it's the fallen angel. Damn. No, bruh. You people out here keep talking about there's an angel called Azazel, and he's falling, and it's in there, and this is Christian stuff. And this is why y'all gotta broaden your horizons and go and start studying. Go outside of, you just want to listen to some Negro that's reading a book that has no interpretation or nothing. Then this is the same Bible that damn Christians had. The dang, you know what I'm saying? You never know who had the Bible for you. It's still been hopping in and out of church. And now you got it. Or you bought it from Amazon, don't matter. But you still sitting here thinking the same. You see that? It go to Azazel. All right. But Azazel, we're going to find out what Azazel means before we go back and read this again, right? Strong's 5799. Azazel. Entire removal. A scapegoat refers to the goat used for sacrifice for the sins of the people. Right? All right. Watch this. It means scapegoat. It's a scapegoat. It's not a fallen angel. Okay, Aaron shall cast lots over the two goats, one for Yahweh and the other for Azazel. This Azazel, okay, this word Azazel, it just means this goat is gonna be the one going into the wilderness. You got two goats, right? And you got the Urim and the Thummim sitting there. Okay. Now, one of these gonna go to Yahweh. One of these goats gonna go to Yahweh for sacrifice, right? For the atonement. And the other is gonna we're gonna get into it. We're just gonna literally show you what Aaron does to this other goat that so supposedly gets killed. It's two different gods. One hates blood and one loves blood. And if that's the case, then both of these goats should be slaughtered by the end of Leviticus, right? By the time we get done with this Leviticus 16. Now it says, and Aaron shall present the goat on which the lot fell for Yahweh. So whatever goat it is that the lot, right? What is the lot? Whatever item that they are using at the time to let me not say that word, not the right word, to figure out which one Yahweh chooses that he wants and which one he's going to have go out, right? Okay. The other for Azazel, verse 9. And Aaron shall present the goat on which the lot fell for Yahweh and use it as a sin offering. Read this again. And Aaron shall present the goat or sire, which is a male goat. I think that's sire or shire or something like that. Let me see. Then Aaron shall offer the sire, something. It's just a male goat, bro. Right? That's it. So it says he shall present the goat on which the lot fell. So whatever the Thummim or whatever, whichever one it falls on for Yahweh, Yahweh chose that one. That's the one that Aaron uses. That's the one that Aaron's going to kill. Since Aaron's so bloodthirsty. Well, no. This Lord, right? This one, this God is gonna be the bloodthirsty one, right? Let me see. But the goat on which the lot fell for Azazel shall be presented alive before Yahweh to make atonement over it, that it may be sent away into the wilderness to Azazel. Now watch this. This is the reason why you people always fall for these people tricks, because you don't go back and see what is going on, what is being said, right? So we go and we're looking. Right, boom. So we're looking in here and it says, shall be presented alive before Yahweh to make atonement upon it, to send it into the wilderness, right? Medbar as the scapegoat, as Azazel. Now, just when they just tried to use this in a sentence, they try to say that it was going to the wilderness and going sent to Azazel. No, it's going into the wilderness as the scapegoat. Let's keep it going so we can get this foolishness up out of here about it's two different gods and one bloodthirsty, one not, and it's an angel and Azazel, and we are here doing divination and casting lots. So we got casting lots in here. Y'all done took that out of context. We got a bloodthirsty gods. It ain't bloodthirsty. Y'all taking that out of context. Y'all got fallen angels all up here in Leviticus. That's a lie. That's all out of context. Verse 9 say, and Aaron shall present the goat on which the lot fell for Yahweh to use it as a sin offering, but the goat on which the lot fell for Azazel shall be presented alive before Yahweh to make atonement, right, over it, that it may be sent away into the wilderness for Azazel. Now let's jump down to verse 20, right? I don't want to hear this stuff no more. I'm telling you. After this, I don't want to hear it no more. I don't want to see none of y'all talk about, you see all of this blood in here? It's blood there, and it's blood over here, and it's blood all over here. So what? Watch this. Verse 20 of Leviticus 16. And when he has made an end of atoning for the holy place and the tent of meeting and the altar, he shall present the live goat, right? The live goat, and Aaron shall lay both his hands on the live goat and confess it over all the confess over it all the iniquities of the people of Yasharal and all their sins, all their transgressions and all their sins. Y'all ready? And he shall put them on the head of the goat, the live goat, right? And send it away into the wilderness. And send what away into the wilderness? The goat that's called Azazel, the scapegoat. So there's two goats in this event that's happening. There's two goats, and there's a lot for one. There's a lot that is that is fell on, where one goes to Yahweh, the goat, right? It gets sent forth, it gets presented to Yahweh, it gets sacrificed to Yahweh. Then this other goat, right? Aaron or the priest, they put their hands on this goat and they confess all of the sins and the iniquity on the head of the goat that Yasharal did. And after he's done that, he sends the goat away into the wilderness. Don't you see the significance of that, showing that the sins are forgiven over the whole nation and it won't be seen anymore? But no, we gotta have magic, divination, witchcraft, everything else instead of a simple ancient way of depending on Yahweh in bad times that we need, either it's being sanctioned or just being guided by Yahweh. We can't do it. We gotta have some ancestral stuff. Your ancestors did it. Oh, true. I'm not saying your ancestors didn't do it, but your ancestors are the reason why we are sitting in the situation that we're in right now. If y'all people got so much magic, go cast a lot. Since casting lots is divination and witchcraft, like y'all claim it is, go cast a lot. And which I don't know how you would cast a lot, because when you cast a lot, you got to do it on the event of not even knowing what's going on. It's like what people will call a chance, since they don't believe in Yahweh no more, right? But since your ancestors was casting lots that you claim, and it was divination, well, cast us a lot and get us the fuck up, get us up out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, man. You know, I ain't really got nothing else. Let me see some of these comments. I ain't read no comments. I wasn't trying to. I just wanted to get on my thing real fast. You know what I'm saying? Because this is too much. We got people all over trying to give an excuse to why they gonna dig deep into. Well, I'm gonna go into divination because that's what our ancestor did. They casted lots. And that's not the case at all, bro. That is not the case. Let me see some of these comments. Damn.
I want to say something too.
Oh,
if you will allow me to.
All right, let me read some of these comments. I don't know where this is gonna go. Where's I left off at? Oh, okay. Hey, Shalom. Shalom, sis. Said I'm a sister too, for sure. Here we go. Bro, this is ridiculous. Bruh. Now, bruh, this is ridiculous. So scared to tap into the power of read Now, we just read Leviticus, bruh. We read Leviticus. I just read these comments. I've not clicked into these comments because I knew these people were gonna come with this stuff. And did I not just come? I ain't looked at these comments or nothing. So we got Leviticus 16. We just read this, bro. There was no magic there. There was none. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I won't. I'm not even going. This can't. I'm not gonna joke. Yeah, this is see, then this that KJV stuff. So listen. I said, "Are you serious, brother? They had to use stones for an answer from the Most High. That is not divination. I don't see why people don't get that. Let's look up the word divination. Now, my wife just did a video on this. That's why I came into the word for the words casting lots, because the word casting lots, right? No to do with what we're about to see in whatever divination they see. Let me click on this real fast. I'm just gonna go to the first one I see, right? This is Laban. Okay, if I found favorites, I have learned about divination. Okay, we learned about divination. Balaam learned about divination too. Why is this freezing up? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. All right, here we go. And you know, this is sick. You know, I don't know. All of these, you know, and I'm gonna say something. One thing I do know is a lot of you people that's commenting, probably besides Holy Nation, I've seen them around. Maybe no. All you people are new. Y'all, none of y'all know what y'all talking about. That's the one thing. None of y'all know what y'all talking about. All of y'all are new. Y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in this chat, Holy Nation, Isaiah, crazy ass. Who else? Yah Almighty only. Yeah, all you people are new. Y'all have no clue what's going on. Y'all came out and followed a couple camp members, and now y'all around here thinking Yahweh is wicked, and you know, and this is why I said earlier about all the people that got a problem with the name. Let's drop that shit right now. We got something bigger on the plate. We got a bunch of sorcerers and a bunch of witchcraft workers in the nation of Yasharal that only follow the Most High, and that's a bad look. And on top of that, they're all people except skip it. It's here. It's up now. I done did my part. Mr. Real Talk ass. This brother been in the truth for years, and he act like he came from under them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be an example to these people. And the example you get is as soon as they see an OG, quote unquote, in the truth, you know what I'm saying? They see what you talk about, where it gotta be. The only reason why y'all don't see people, well, a lot of these so-called Torah people, they lazy anyway. I don't know, but the only reason why you don't see a lot of people talking against these people, ain't nobody got time for this. This is retarded. Anybody that think of this, like, You gonna tell me like that's witchcraft? Yeah, y'all work. Yeah, it is working witchcraft. Y'all work witchcraft when y'all lie, sit here and lie and make up something and say, well, divination and witchcraft is two different things. I mean, divination and casting lots is the same thing. And it's a goddamn, I mean, it's a dang lie, bro.
Divine, yeah.
Yeah, that's it in the house.
Yeah.
Let me, I forgot. Let me put this on the screen. All right. So, hold on. All right. So, Holy Nation, whoever you are, you know, Isaiah, Holy, whoever you people are, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that you got to do this. And then on top of that, I try to come with a good approach. Yeah. And then they do what Christians do. These comments is the same comments you would see on a Christian channel. The same comments.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Nahash, go ahead. All right. Yeah.
So, Nahash. Okay, it's a to practice divination, divine, observe signs, learn by experience, diligently observe, practice fortune telling, take as an omen. Okay, to practice divination, to observe the signs or omens. So we know in Deuteronomy 18, it clearly say, let me pull it up. Let me just pull it up because obviously this is just going over everybody's head. Except for the one the sister in the chat. Shout out to you, sister.
Shalom.
Shalom. It's you know, as far as I seen, that clearly understood.
This is wow. Take your amateur ass on somewhere, go read some scripture, stop following man all the damn time.
Now it's right here on the screen.
Throw that link in the chat.
How do that? Now that I don't I'll throw the link in the chat. Okay, baby. You have to do that. I don't know why I don't know how to do these. How you do that, baby?
I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I'm still new to that. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Deuteronomy 18:9. When you come into the land that Yahweh your Alawan or Yahweh your Allah is giving you, you shall not learn to follow the abominable practices of those nations. What's that? There shall not be found among you anyone who burns his son or his daughter as an offering. So this is child sacrifice. Anyone who practices divination.
What?
Divination, or tell fortunes, or interpret omens, or a sorcerer, or a charmer, or a medium, or a necromancer, or one who inquires of the dead. For whoever does these things is an abomination. So I'm going to look that word up.
Wait, is there a righteous abomination?
No, there's no such thing. To Yahweh. And because of these abominations, Yahweh your Allah is driving them out before you. So Yahweh had, obviously this was before they went into the land. The Canaanites was there. They were practicing all of these things. And they were spit up off the land. And when our people practiced these things, they got spit up or vomited up off the land as well. They had to leave. So let's look up what is an abomination. Let me look this up right quick. Oh, detestable is right here. It basically tells you what it is. It's detestable. So it gave you a synonym right here anyway. Abomination is detestable. But let's go in to fully see the definition. A disgusting thing, abomination, abominable, in a ritual sense, of unclean food, idols, mixed
Shit. Oh.
mixed marriages. That's another topic for another day. In ethical sense of wickedness. So when you practice divination, sorcery, fortune telling, omens, and all that, you are detestable to Yahweh. This is not rocket science. It clearly say what it say. And to the brother who said that there are what he said that there were discrepancies or errors. What did he say?
I didn't even read. I just
he said the OT was tampered with. Listen, we know that there's a difference between a translation and a transliteration.
They don't.
The original scrolls, nothing is wrong with the original scrolls. You have had another nation, your oppressor, try to translate a language. So they have gotten things wrong. And because we know the KJV version, and there are other versions where they have added in the Egyptian doctrine and the Greek doctrine to lead people into going into Christianity. There is nothing wrong with Yahawah's word. So you all need to kind of say how you're saying. You need to remix how you're saying that, because when you say that the OT has been tampered with or something, the way that you're saying it is as if you're saying something is wrong with Yahawah's word. Nothing is wrong with Yahawah's word. Yahweh said what he said. He is our creator, our maker, etc., etc. So, like, I don't understand. For the ones, and here's the thing, y'all. If y'all want to go do wickedness, then go do your wickedness. Nobody is forcing you, have a gun to your head telling you, oh, serve Yahweh. If you don't want to serve Yahweh, then okay, go mind your business then. But we're trying to warn the people. There are other people out here that's trying to warn the people and help people out. The new people, the ones that might need a little help, the ones that might need more understanding. But all in all, the problem that keeps coming up amongst our people is y'all are man followers and man worshipers. Y'all keep on just listening to people. They come up with these fake false doctrines, and y'all just go along with it instead of studying the scriptures for yourselves. Because if you telling me that you can me 18 verbatim, word for word, and still think you can practice witchcraft, I don't know. You truly lack reading and comprehension skills. And I'm starting to believe that there are just a lot of our people out here who lack reading and comprehension skills. Because there's no way that you can read the scriptures and try to bend it and force it to mean something it clearly just don't mean. In everybody's face. Like, are you like, what is going on here? This is crazy. This is true wickedness.
Let me read the scripture real fast for you. Job 34:12. Of a truth, Yahweh will not do wickedly, and the Almighty will not pervert justice. People that claim that the so-called Old Testament has been tampered with, those are people that they already think in their mind that some type of way the Creator will pervert just his own word at any moment, because they think, well, he could do anything. Yeah, he can do anything, but he will not lie. So when you see stuff that you might think is off, first of all, you got to check and make sure your understanding is correct, because a lot of you go and read it for what it is, and you don't go back and study. You don't go back for context purposes. You just go and pick a verse, and the verse say something, and you're not going into, like, Yahweh literally gave it to where knowledge can increase. He's giving you the opportunity to study with tools. You see that these people made a mistake and put tools in here. And these tools you can use interlinear to find out what certain words mean. And how, and is this word actually there in this scroll, or is it just a word that they used in English? What is the meaning behind? Like the word pervert, for instance. A lot of people must think that pervert just means like something, right? And it means crooked, bend. So when you say that it's tampered with, you're saying that the Most High's word from Genesis to Malachi, somewhere there's some if there's falsification in there. We do understand that these people have tampered with our books, but that does not mean that Yahweh's word is tampered. Now, come on, you're gonna like Most High literally made it to common sense. I just gave you Leviticus 16 right there, where a person might say, oh, well, there's two different gods, one God like blood, the other one goes against it, because we read this scripture, we read Hosea and say this, and Psalms that say this, but if we go here, but in Leviticus 16, it just shut down all of that foolishness, because there's, so what God is this the righteous one then, when he takes one for himself and takes one and lets it be free out into the wilderness with all the sins and iniquities of the nation on its back, on its head? Is that perverseness? Is that two different gods? What's tempered about that?
Right. We know that it's saying, was it thy righteousness is the everlasting righteousness, and thy law is true. To my understanding, didn't Yahweh say, be holy, for I am holy?
Cool.
So why, why would you all think that you can do these abominable practices? Like, why? All of y'all, first of all, if anybody get mad, they want to go run and do a live or do a video, don't nobody care. Nobody's going to go back and forth with you about stuff that we all clearly understand we can't do. Once again, if you want to go run and do wickedness, then go run and do your wickedness. All of y'all, a lot of y'all are just repeating what your ancestors did anyway. They were serving Yahweh and having all these high places, serving Yahweh and doing all of the Canaanite practices. So a lot of y'all, y'all know that it's Yahweh alone. You know that Yahweh is the Almighty, He's the Creator, He is your Savior and Redeemer. But you still want to go run into other practices He say don't do. You all think that, because I don't serve JC anymore, that you all good, and you want to go run and do witchcraft. You all cannot bring up chapter and verse where it say we can do divination and witchcraft. When these people get to saying these false and fake doctrines, make them pull up the chapter and verse. And let's not get it twisted that there are times where you have to read a chapter from the very beginning to get the full context. You can't just cherry pick the scriptures. You must, there are times you must read it from the beginning. You should be reading like that anyway. Read the scriptures in the full context to get the full understanding. And go study for yourself. Go study. Because we clearly see that there are people out here that would just say anything. We pulling up, there's scriptures where we pulling up where it say you can't practice divination. They gonna still say, oh, you could do it. How is this possible? At this point, I'm gonna think you slow. I'm not trying to be offensive, but at this point, I'm gonna think something is mentally wrong with you if we're reading do not and you say do.
You acting like JC.
Exactly.
I know Yahweh said don't do divination, but ain't it divination when we pray to Yahweh? No, you idiot. Not to be like that. But that's how it sounds. It sounds like you just purposely want to be an infidel at that point.
Because the wickedness is already stored up in you. You already, and a lot of y'all too, y'all, you're not even going back and forth to come to a conclusion. You're going back and forth just to prove your point because you want to be right. A lot of y'all want to be right instead of actually learning the laws of Yahweh and what Yahweh wants. What did he say to do and to not do? How to get up out of captivity. Y'all just want to be right. Y'all just want to argue instead of actually learning what we need to do to leave captivity or how to actually be holy and righteous. So that's why with certain things, there's not going to be a back and forth because there's no way that there should be a back and forth about Deuteronomy 18. None. There's no way to even argue that. Like, how could anybody just argue back and forth about it? There's no way.
Look, now you said something very pivotal. You said that it's in them. That wickedness that they proclaim that we can do, it's in them. When you look at Proverbs 27 and 19. Says as in water, let me share the screen fast. It say, like you said, it's in them. As in water, face reflects face, so the heart of man reflects the man.
Right.
You want to do wickedness. That's why you're reflecting that. You're saying we can do divination, even though there's no such thing as righteous divination. If we look into this word, divination, right? Definition of divination. Okay, it says the art or gift of prophecy or the pretense of prophecy by supernatural means. Now look, this says fortune telling and soothsaying. I know you know that the Most High does not deal with soothsayers. We don't have, and this is the thing, no matter how you guys try to pull this, if somebody come and try to talk to me telling me they got a prophecy for me, I'm gonna automatically call them a diviner. They're in divination because we do not have prophets. We don't have priests. So you're in divination. You know what I mean? It says a prediction uttered under divine inspiration. What inspiration is going to divinely give you words to utter, bruh? Tell me. But see, I understand why our people agree to this, because they can't righteously, they cannot Malachi 3 and 6. They cannot discern between what's righteous and what's not, bro. I think that's Malachi 3. They can't do it. They would rather keep that wickedness inside of them.
That's 3 and 18.
3 and 18. What's that? 3 and 6.
Now that. Oh no, that's not it. Never mind. Go ahead.
But yeah, you know, I understand why y'all do this, why y'all agree to it. Y'all agree to it only for the simple fact because you want that concept of how the heathens define your divination. Now, yes, I do understand, like, for instance, a Christian, a diehard Christian, you know what I'm saying, would say that we are, because I remember one time I was listening to one of the elders at my old job. And next thing I know, somebody had said that I was listening to something about, I was listening to witchcraft or witches or something. And I'm like, now this elder, it was Elder Azariah. Yeah, I'm like, this elder, he's going in on witches, going in the scriptures, and because it's not comfortable to these people ears, they deem it as witchcraft, or you know what I'm saying? Right. So I do understand why you would try to say that, but we don't do divination. Why would you say we do something that Yahweh said don't do? If the other nations do things that we're not supposed to be doing, it's raw to us. It's bad.
Right. And what would make us set apart from these other nations if we did the exact same thing what they did?
Come on now.
How would we set apart then? Y'all have to make this make sense. And also, like what my husband's getting at, that you all basically are getting a heathen perspective. You're coming to the scriptures with a heathen perspective from a person who don't understand. Of course, to someone who don't know, they would say praying to Yahweh is witchcraft or divination, because they have heard other people praying to, you know, their idols, and they consider that witchcraft and divination.
Yep.
So somebody who don't know better would say these things, but you all are proclaiming to know better. When you put yourself out here to be a teacher, you are putting yourself in a position, in that role of saying, you know, I have an understanding, I have this wisdom, and I'm going to bring it to the people. But a lot of you all are new. You just came into the truth of knowing it's Yahweh and Yahweh alone. Y'all need to take the time to study.
I ain't trying to be like that. You don't know nothing, bro.
Right? How can you study? Like, for real, like, let's be real here. How can you truly study and deep dive? Do you know how much detoxing, when you get out of the Christianity, you are relearning the scriptures in the right way? Mm-hmm. That takes time. So how can you really say you have it all figured out when you still have studying to do? And how are you really studying if you on live for 8, 10, 12 hours out of the day, truly getting understanding, and you just got out of the Christianity doctrine or whatever doctrine? No, you need to go sit down, detox yourself, purge it out of you. Right. Stop making videos. And it is not like we're saying this to say like, oh, like we're trying to be your mama and daddy or something, or we got it all figured out. No, like, I mean, this is what's logical. This is just sharing wisdom, sharing good sense, that it doesn't take this ain't that much to understand that if you just came out of something, you got to take the time to sit down and recollect and reflect, study. You can't just jump out here trying to teach people because you just found out that JC was false, or whatever doctrine you came from was false. Like, y'all just have to make this make sense. That's all I'm saying.
It's so many doctrines that people can get just outside of the Torah alone. You people, let me tell y'all something. I did not know. I haven't said this before, but I know a lot of people just coming in, and I mean, you might hear this. I did not know it was so much wickedness. It was more wickedness inside of the Torah only community than it is in the New Testament people. Yeah, they are definitely wicked. They're abomination. But the conniving, sorcery, and the witchcraft that go on, and when I say sorcery and witchcraft, I'm not talking about the little occultic rituals that you guys are now starting to do, like y'all Big Judah and them. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like little lies that go on telling people. That's sorcery. You know that, right?
Being a deceiver.
Flipping doctrine, making Yahweh's word, trying to make Yahweh's word void. That's sorcery. It's witchcraft. So it's been going on, but for this level of what's going on, y'all got to understand, man. It's best for you to just sit back and detox. Get your spirit right with the Most High. Let your all be going to the scriptures. Stop going to other books. There is no reason why you should just be getting out the New Testament and still decide you're going to read something else. Stop real fast and read the book of Yahweh first. Try to get an understanding of that. You don't know what lies between these other books, bro. You still got to get that knowledge from the Torah first. This is a long journey. This is a lifetime thing, bro. We say we want Yahweh to have mercy on us, but we don't seem to do things that are careful. When you want to have somebody to have mercy on you, you are careful of what you do
and say and even think. Like, come on, this is an everyday thing. You have to act this out. We're supposed to be sincere and humble people. We're supposed to be righteous people. You know, I don't know.
You can scream Deuteronomy 7:6 or 6:7, whichever one it is. 7:6. You can scream that, well, chosen people.
Yeah.
Duh. Everyone should know that by now. But that don't mean that you go and do stuff that other nations are doing and then make the claim that, you know, these things that you see the other nations doing, they're of Yahweh. That's not, bro.
That don't make any sense. How can you be set apart but do what everybody else do? There's so many scriptures of warnings against this. There's so many scriptures. Do you know how many times in the scriptures how it say our people went to serve other gods, or they mixed in with the nations, or they did this and did that? Like, come on, we're trying to obviously get to the new covenant. We're trying to not repeat the same mistakes that our ancestors had made. You know, we're not trying to do that. We want to get out of captivity. Can somebody explain? And then for y'all people who talk about sorcery and all that, if this sorcery was so powerful,
get us out of here.
Get us up out of here. But why are these other nations under the white people? Why the divination didn't work against these other nations that took them over? When these people went around conquering all these indigenous lands, why they sorcery didn't help them?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
So I'm not trying to hear that. Most people that do witchcraft and sorcery anyway, y'all are very wicked and dark people.
Very dark.
Very dark. Very dark. Most people do sorcery for money spells, love spells, and to hurt or harm somebody.
Come on now.
Now, the Haiti situation was an example that we all know that they worked together. They did the little magic, and the British, they backed off of them. What was it? The Spaniards? What was it? The French? The French. Whatever. Same people, different areas. Some. But even still, with them doing that hoodoo,
did it get them salvation?
They still have to pay for the land. It didn't give them salvation. They still made them people pay. Look at that land. Did they really win? Look at that nation right now and the state that is in.
Facts.
Why isn't it peace and things look beautiful and it's all wonderful there and the people are loving and caring, and if that stuff is something to really do, why it ain't really truly help the situation? So I'm not trying to hear nothing about no witchcraft and sorcery. We see it in the scripture verbatim that you cannot do witchcraft and sorcery. These Christians will even tell you can't do witchcraft and sorcery. Okay. So I don't know why you toward to not only people, who's supposed to know better, don't understand that you cannot do witchcraft and sorcery. A whole Christian would tell you this. You can't do it. This makes no sense. This just makes no logical sense. I just don't understand like why this is a problem, why so many people are doing it, and y'all think that y'all Torah Tanakh only. No, you're not. You are a new ager, sir or madam. You practice the occult.
A new age Torah only Israelite.
And the white people for it was another comment, I forgot what it said. But do you know that these white people, whatever nation that you want to specifically point out, they've been doing sorcery. They've been doing witchcraft and sorcery. This is nothing new for them. The people here now that's running things, they do high level witchcraft and sorcery over the people, over the whole America. You know, so I don't know why somebody would think that the white man have all this power to, they tamper with the book, they tamper with the book, right, to try to tell you to not do witchcraft and sorcery. Like they don't do witchcraft and sorcery. They do witchcraft and sorcery. They've been doing it. How can these people truly even stop you? This don't even make sense. How can these people stop you from serving your God? Y'all giving these people too much power. Throughout all the tampering and the lies and the deceit and the bombings and all the stuff they have done to our people, lynching, we know what they have done. There are still people who are able to see past the illusions and the schemes and the scams and find out the truth. The truth is here. If you're truly seeking Yahweh and seeking his face, y'all don't think that he cannot give you the wisdom to understand what has been tampered with and what is really supposed to mean? Y'all think Yahweh can't give you wisdom? Yahweh is your power. He is the one that gives you whatever he gives you. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Y'all worried about these scholars' books, thinking that's going to help you, thinking, oh, and it all goes into self-idolatry because you're so self. Oh, I'm getting knowledge. I'm getting wisdom. No, Yahweh is the one that gives. Yahweh is the one that make the simple, which is a dumb, stupid person, wise. And he can also take his wisdom away. He could take his spirit away, like we have seen in the scriptures. There are examples of Yahweh pouring his spirit on someone and also taking his spirit away from someone.
Come on.
So I don't know, people. Y'all want to give these other nations so much power, or you trying to give yourself power? No. Yahweh, first of all, the reason why you alive here today is because of Yahweh. He the one that put that breath in your body. And you sit up here and you disrespect him and his law and his word. But you claim that you love him and fear him. No, you don't. How can you love and fear, but you say his words are false? You're trying to flip his word upside down. That is not love. And that is not fear. Because you're doing it in front of his people, his chosen people. That's why we have to be very careful on what we say, do, and do, because these are Yahweh's people. We are Yahweh's people. And the ones that we're saying this to is Yahweh's people, or the cleavers that he has chosen. So y'all really playing out here. Y'all, I'm really starting to see this online. So it's just fake. A lot of people are really not sincere in their heart for real, about really, really seeking Yahweh. You know, it just seems that way. that's the way that you are presenting yourself. Like you're really not sincere and genuine. Like you're here with your own motives. Some of you might be sent. Who knows? I don't know.
Come on.
But it's starting to look like some of y'all are sent, or y'all just so crazy because of the wickedness that came up in your to your own delusion.
Hey, 2 Kings 17. We're gonna start at 33, bro. This say, so they feared Yahweh, but also served their idols, after the manner of the nations from among whom they had been carried away. To this day, they do according to the former manner. They do not fear Yahweh, and they do not follow the statutes or the rules of Yahweh, of the law or the commandments that Yahweh commanded the children of Yaakov, whom he named Yasharal. This says to this day, bro, they did what? They say that you Yahweh only. You say you Yah only. You say that. You say you fear him, but you serve your own idol, your own, because a lot of you people, what you're doing is you taking the manners of other nations, and then you're making your own doctrine and concept out of that, trying to put the scriptures with it. That's your own idol. That's your own God. But you say that you fear the Most High, bro. But the things that you doing, the rituals, you got those rituals from African people, from Indian people, from white people, from native. I'm not talking about, I don't know, you gotta be careful when you say native.
Like the indigenous.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you say that, because when I say native, man, I'm talking about them people that that's another story, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. But
Mongoloid.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, those people, you know what I'm saying? But if I say anything else, then we gotta stop this. Somebody gotta go comment about the land. Now we in another topic, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but we're doing the same. Y'all doing the same customs as them. You're not looking into the Torah to see where your customs are. What are you supposed to do? What you can or cannot do? You're not doing that. You're looking at the Torah, saying, "Okay, I know it is Most High only," and then you go and pivot somewhere else. I understand that your zeal for spiritual wisdom is there, but you got to understand, man, the scriptures tell us that this book right here is our life. It's how we get where we're going. Because man, listen, the quote unquote Old Testament, what y'all call it, right? Y'all keep calling yourself OT onlys, and it's like, bro, what is that? What God do you serve? You know what I'm saying? But you know, you OT, so-called OT only people, right? I don't understand how you can look at the scriptures, right, and say that you understand them, bro, but go completely off. You got to understand, this book, it is a book for the mind, the soul. Okay, that's what it's for, bro. And with this, you nourish yourself. With this, you go through, you find out how to go through hard times. You find out how to get healing. And they don't tell you to go do a ritual nowhere. It tell you to ask Yahweh to vindicate me, oh Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? For healing. It don't tell you get some tea leaves and get a candle and go in the dark and get some ivory soap, whatever. It don't tell you to do none of that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Those things are other nations' rituals, bruh. It's after their other gods. But when you go into the Torah, if you're not really seeking this, you're gonna be dumb. You're gonna sound stupid with everything that you say, bruh. And then you can't stay there. You have to go into the other cultures. You have to go into the other books. You have to.
Right.
You can't just stick in the Torah with a doctrine from other nations. It's gonna be exposed.
It's always going to be exposed. And just to be clear, I hope our people understand that we are not Hamites. So I don't know where this, like, our people think that we are Hamites. That doesn't make sense. So maybe you all need to go back and read where it talks about the sons of Noah. And let's be clear too. The sons of Noah, they knew about the Almighty. They had to have known, right? They were saved with Noah. So they all knew that it was YAHAWAH'S. He was the Almighty, the Savior, the Redeemer, all that. They decided, including some Shemites, to go astray. And that's really what I'm going to talk specifically on the Hamites. They decided to go astray, and that's just been their thing, is the idolatry, the witchcraft, and the sorcery. But they knew better as well at first. And even in the scriptures, it tells these people, those Egyptians, they have to come back and serve Yahweh. All these nations are going to serve Yahweh. So you're telling me that in the end, that people are still going to be doing witchcraft and sorcery? When it said every knee shall bow and confess? They're going to be doing the feast days? Is that what, Isaiah 19? So, like, come on, y'all people need to stop it. Our people are not Hamites. They migrated our people migrated under, right, to the lands, the different countries that are in Africa, or whatever it's really called, because we know it was renamed by a white person anyway. So whatever that landmass is really called, not Africa, it's not even really called Africa, but whatever. Our people migrated through there. And of course, they learned some of their practices.
They kept some of their practices.
And they also, when you look into these different tribes, you see that they kept some of the practices from the Torah, and they mixed it.
Come on, bro.
With the African doctrines and practices and rituals. But that doesn't mean that they are actually Hamites because they migrated there and they forgot who they were. Like, that doesn't make you a Hamite. You know how many people migrate? So you telling me because a Chinese person migrate over here that they're no longer Chinese or Indian? Y'all have to make this make sense.
Come on, bro.
Like, this stuff is not adding up. A lot of these doctrines, they don't add up. They don't make any sense. And it's because it's wickedness there. There's no wickedness in Yahweh's word.
That's why they cannot stay away from them. That's the thing. Everybody has this notion saying that they're holy, that they're separate, they're set apart from the nations. If you're set apart from the nations, you should be trying to get away from what you see that they do. Those are the same things that when you read the scriptures, you can see our ancestors tried to keep it. And it got us nowhere. It never does. When you look at what is that, Jeremiah 7 and like 30, And it talks about them making. Let me pull this up real fast. Let me pull this up. Jeremiah 7. Praise Yahweh. Here we go. Now you're gonna start acting crazy every time I start talking about this. All right. It say, for the sons of Judah have done evil in my sight, declares Yahweh. They have set their detestable things in the house that is called by my name to defile it. They have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the sons of Hinnom, to burn their sons in the fires, sons and daughters in the fire, which I did not command, nor did it come into my mind. There go. That's one nation. That's another people. You know what I'm saying? You can see that the detestable things have always been right there. Not always, but every time you turn around, here y'all come again with something else from the other nations, bringing it into the house of Yahweh. If it's detestable, what does that mean? What's that? Sequoias? Oh. Let me see. All right. It's a shit coots. I know that ain't it. But anyway, say detestable thing or here, idol, abominable thing. It's an idol. Something that has nothing to do with us, okay, always gets mixed in the mix of the house of Yahweh and the nation of Yasharal. If you would understand that and put that into your mind, bro, you would be more you will move more safely on what are you doing spiritually, quote unquote. Because all you're doing is religious things from other nations. It's a religion. You're making a religion out of something that is only a national thing, a thing only based on the nation of Yasharal. But you taking things that, like, okay, if all of those things work, you're not going to tell me that we did black magic or whatever, or righteous magic, let you call it, or voodoo, whatever. And then, but you're gonna say we did those things. If we had voodoo and all of that stuff, and be able to mess with supernatural spirits and bring spirits from the dead and all that stuff, if we were supposed to do that and we were allowed to do it, then Yahweh would have said we could do those things. And when you go into necromancy, all that stuff that you guys do, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to conjure up ancestors and spirits or whatever you're doing, and you're going to the Torah to do it, which makes no sense. You better off reading the New Testament again. You want to do some sorcery, just go to the New Testament, bro.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know, but here we go. Ezekiel 20 and 38. Oh, I made a mistake earlier. I said Mongoloids to the Native Americans is actually, it would be Mongolians, the Mongolian type. 20 and 38. Now this is for you rebels, because first of all, we know that you rebels out there, in the end, rebels are going to perish. I just,
Right.
y'all want to play these games, y'all soul is on the line. We know we supposed to seek Yahweh. There just you all think y'all take this healing thing too far. Like let's say if I have a cold, right? We have all have colds, we have sneezed, coughed, and you decide to make some ginger tea, right? To whatever little bacteria might be in you, you can get it out. The tea will help alleviate that. That's just it. That would be like healing for the body, right? Okay, you if I understand that a herb have antibacterial or antiviral properties, I can drink it to feel better. But when we start going into the soul, like the state of your soul and all that, Yahweh is in control of that. And Yahweh the one that put the herbs here anyway for us to use it. But where do it say that you're supposed to read the tea leaves and write on bay leaves to try to get some money or whatever or protection or something? Y'all take things too far. Y'all get ridiculous. Not understanding or knowing that goes into shamanism. The people getting high, because that's what it was, off of psychedelics. Trying to conjure up spirits and all this crazy crap. Tell me, oh, I'm healing myself. No, eating fruits and vegetables keep your body at a certain state of health. Like y'all getting ridiculous out here. Like we know we eat food. Your body needs certain minerals, right? So you're eating it to get what your body needs. You have to design it this way. We eat. The animals eat. Now you are going into, I'm healing myself. I'm healing myself. Like, no, this is not that. You're being healthy. And if something's wrong with your body right now, if you're going out of a state of health, then this is how you get diseases and viruses and bacteria growth and all this crap. So yeah, you might have to do an extra step, right? Like you might have to go get a herb or something to alleviate something that you're doing anyway. Because you're not eating right. So now you might have to drink some ginger tea or peppermint tea to help your body cleanse out whatever's going on in it. To cleanse the bacteria out or the fungus out. That's it. Y'all listening to these new agers and y'all just going down this dark path for nothing. For real. But back to the rebels. It's Ezekiel 20 and 38. I will purge out the rebels from among you and those who transgress against me. I will bring them out of the land where they sojourn, but they shall not enter the land of Yasharal. Then you will know that I am Yahweh. So this will be you all's fate if you all keep going on with this foolishness. It's not like we're saying these things. We're just bringing out scripture. That's it. Yahweh said what he said from times of old. So it's not like we're making stuff up or we're trying to come with our own doctrines and our own understanding. No, we're trying to do Proverbs 3:5-6 and just bring it out to the people. But regardless of us and what we're saying or anybody else on YouTube is saying, you people have to seek Yahweh and his face yourselves. You all have to pick up the book and read. You all have to pray to Yahweh yourself. You got to put in the work yourself. Yes, we can help each other out. We are a nation, but we all have to repent. Anytime, wasn't it like that? Our people came together and repented for their sins, transgression, and iniquity. So it's not like this. Not Christianity. It's not like one person gonna save us all. This is not how it works. You got to put the work in, people. We have to collectively do this. That's why we're coming out to warn the people, because like, okay, if we want to get out of captivity, there's just certain things we got to do. And the thing is turning to Yahweh, seeking his face, humbling yourself. What says the people which are called by my name shall humble themselves, pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. Then I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins and heal their land. We have to collectively do this. Now, of course, there's only going to be a remnant. We don't know the number. We don't know who exactly is going to be. All we can do is do what it says to do and hope that we be a part of the remnant and be able to go home, because that should be the goal. And for you all who want to be rebels, y'all want to still, y'all want to serve Yahweh and something else, or not serve Yahweh at all, or whatever, this and that. Y'all just, in the end, y'all just gonna perish if y'all don't change. Y'all could do Ezekiel 18, where it talks about someone who done wickedness, you can repent and you can turn to Yahweh, your sins be forgiven. But if you don't do that, then it is what it is. But ain't nobody gonna argue with you and go back and forth with you and really get all hot and bothered about you want to be in wickedness. You want to be in wickedness, then fine. Do you. We just gonna try to help those, for the people who, because there are some people that might be listening to these other people online, starting to get into divination, thinking that's correct, and then they might hear us say something or somebody else say something, and they might be like, oh crap, I need to go repent and change my ways. So that's what we're doing this for. But the stiff neck ones, hey, y'all gonna be stiff neck. Y'all think y'all right, and y'all gonna just do what y'all do.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna argue with you about it.
Well, I'm not finna go back and forth with none of y'all, bro.
Yeah.
This ain't even that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something. This is embarrassing that we even have to go say something like this as people that the Most High has blessed at least enough to find out that the idol was fake. But once again, that's the danger of finding out something like that through other people also. Because now you're still depending on man, and now you find somebody else that goes against the idol and they believe in magic and whatever, you know what I'm saying? And now you a baby, you don't know what you talk about. You don't know what they talking about. You just don't know. You haven't had the time to sit and analyze and have a relationship with the Most High by reading his word, you know what I mean? And seeking out the book and reading for yourself. And none of them things gonna have a mate to it, bro. A person not gonna be able to go take you to African spirituality and point it to the Torah, to the Israelites. Only way they could do that, showing that they was doing it in idolatry, man. Y'all don't get it when you look through the Torah. It's a constant thing. Mm-hmm. And the children of Israel did what was wicked in the sight of Yahweh. Then next thing you know, what do we do? Idolatry. Then what we do? Go into captivity. He delivers us out, and then we go back into idolatry, doing other things that the other nations do, bro. Hmm. So when are we gonna get to the point where we're like, you know what? I'm gonna stop with all of this. I gotta try to, because I understand it's a dopamine rush when, you know what I'm saying, you're doing these things, and so you're just bored. That's really it, man. Somebody told you that living in the Torah is boring, And now you look at this as if you still have to find something else to enthusiast you. I mean, yeah, that's a word. And
or
entertain you, yeah. Enthusiasm, entertain, whatever. But I don't know. That's on y'all, man.
Here for one last thing, Malachi chapter 3.
So Malachi.
And the chapter 3 and 6.
Let me see. For I Yahweh do not, Malachi chapter 3, verse 6, for I Yahweh do not change. Therefore you, O children of Jacob, are not consumed. For the days of your fathers, from the days of your fathers, you have turned aside from my statute and have not kept them. Return to me, and I will return to you, says Yahweh of hosts. But you say, how shall we return? How? How?
You gotta see the You say return to me and I'll return to you.
We say a lot of times, Second Chronicles 7:14. Second Chronicles, that's everybody's favorite scripture. But we don't do that. We seek after the other nation and whatever they do. Even so much to the point where we'll go against the name of Yahweh, like the other nations. Then we wonder, why, like when you in Ezekiel, bro, chapter 8, and it's really the whole chapter. But I'm thinking about verse 17, right? Check this out. Now it says, now when you read the book of Ezekiel, it's wild. It's like wow. Anyway, when you read chapter 8, bro, and you start seeing the abominations on this side, on the abominations on that side, what they doing over here, it's like wow, y'all gonna do everything, huh? So it say, then he said to me, have you seen this, O son of man? It is it too light a thing for the house of Yahweh to commit the abominations that they commit here, that they should fill the land with violence and provoke me still to anger? But it says below, behold, they put the branch to their nose, right? Rebellion. That's what this is. That's rebellion. Also, not only is that statement of a statement of basically them being rebellious, but it's also a literal thing and associated with nature worship, bro. This thing say some link the branch through a nose to the worship of a specific pagan gods associated with sacred trees or plants, such as the Tammuz that is mentioned, wow, in Ezekiel 8. So how so even when you think about that, just think about that for a minute, right? That branch through the nose, branch to the nose. Come on, everybody knows that even it's been a proverb how these Hamites do that, right or wrong. They put bones and branches and stuff through their nose. And with that also comes nature worshiping. You know what I mean? Also comes superstition. You know, um, spirit interpretation and omens, those things. So when you tell me that there's a righteous voodoo, I don't know what you're talking about, because all those things that I just mentioned, it come from the Hamites who practice, guess what? Dark magic and voodoo. Well, magic and voodoo. That's why he said in verse 18, therefore I will act in wrath, my eye will not spare, nor will I have pity. And though they cry in my ears with a loud voice, I will not hear them. Don't be a part of that, man. You know what I mean? Ain't no need for you to get mad at the message. Ain't no need for, because only thing I did was go to scriptures with this. I talked, yeah, but I gave you examples, the same examples that the upcoming diviners and stuff like that. The same scriptures that they like to ask about and try to manipulate their way around. I was just trying to show y'all they full of crap, man. Either they lying to you on purpose or they don't know what they're talking about. Is casting lots divination? No, man. That's the gist of it all. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with divination. Casting lots, or Nepal Goral, just means, matter of fact, I'm glad thank you, Yahweh, because I wanted to get to this too, right? Now, remember when we read Numbers, when we was in Numbers 34 and in Joshua 14, right? And hold on, before I go there, let me go to Numbers real fast so I can make my point. And after that, I'm probably gonna get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? What was it? Verse 10, I think. Right here, yeah. It says, "You shall draw a line for your eastern border." Remember, I was saying, remember, draw a line, right? Now, we're going to show you that lot that oh, damn, hold on. I ain't got it on my screen. You can go back here. All right. It says, Numbers 34 and 10, you shall draw a line for your eastern border from Hazar Enan to Shaphan, right? Remember, we was talking about this Numbers 34. We're breaking down how it had nothing to do with no magic going on, no divination or anything. It was only them casting lots and for the land, right? And then that's why we came here to 34 in Numbers, because we was talking about Joshua 14, right? About the line being drawn for the land, right? So check this out. Now we went back here to this Psalm 16, and we're going to go down to verse 5 and 6. It says, Yahweh is my chosen portion and the cup and my cup, who you hold my what? My lot, my goral, right? Then it says, the lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Indeed, I have beautiful inheritance. Yapa Nahala. Beautiful inheritance. But what did it say? The lines have fallen. Right? Numbers 34 and 10. You shall draw a line. Now remember, this was the description of all our land, all of the lot being given to us and commanding us what we're supposed to be doing with the lot, right? Now here we go. The why he's told us, the lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance. Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? Right, but look. With that being said, man, it's casting lots of divination. No, bro. I pray the Most High blesses you. Keep you in perfect peace, man. Hey, shout out to my wife, Anaya Yashara. Hey, make sure y'all go to her channel, go look at her video about Deuteronomy 18 and divination. You know, so she kind of she sealed the deal on the divination and all of you and how y'all don't need to be doing that, showing y'all the in-depths of what it is, you know what I mean? Divination. And then so I figured I'd just come back and double down on casting lots and showing you how y'all need to stop saying that our ancestors was doing divination. Oh, and we ain't got no priests, so don't be going around here trying to act like you gonna start casting lots and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's anyway. But anyway, I pray the Most High blesses y'all. Keep y'all perfect peace. It's your brother's Will with another impelling idea. Shalom.
Yahawah must have wrapped up some feathers on my latest song. It's like you never in the lights, it's too much going on. Brother, please can't you see we need to get along? That's crazy, I got heaties in my DM trying to tag along. At first they try to bring us up, then they bring us down. Come around, talk about your play about then and now. It's like nobody knows, even though you say it loud. You can see, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody made you open your eyes except Yahawah, so why you keep on bothering me? You need to make your mind a vision following Yah, or you gon' run up behind somebody trying to deceive. I ask because I really wanna know, is you searching for the truth? Family, here we go. I try to warn them loud and clear, but they don't hear me though. Make me wanna drop to my knees, throw some dirt up on my head and then scream and disbelieve what it's gonna be. If you're trying to flee Babylon and leave, or believe in this wicked scheme, selling us a dream captivity, got us weakening the wicked in the lead, as we beat on every single bit of business on the media to see how you gotta read the cop, they gotta think, take your time and patience read. No, we don't make it a personal beef. I told them we was the chosen seed, but it's basically Negro please what they telling me, though I can't. Yahawah must have wrapped up some feathers on my latest song. It's like you decorating the lights, there's too much going on. Brother, please can't you see we need to get along? That's crazy, I got heathens in my deal trying to tag on. At first they try to bring us up, then they bring us down. Come around, talk about the whereabouts, then and now. It's like nobody loves us, even though they say it loud. If you can see, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, hey.
Thus saith Yahawah, Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith Yahawah, cursed be the man that trust in man and make it flesh his arm, and whose heart, mind, departed from Yahawah. Y'all better wake the fuck up, man, before it's too late. Every time somebody glorify the Most High, here come you niggas coming, well, don't forget about Yeshua. Don't forget about YAHAWAH'S. Man, shut the fuck up, man. I'm tired of you niggas, because I don't give a fuck about none of you niggas. You niggas don't give a fuck about the Most High.